Christmas, everybody. It's the Doctor, and we're back with Star Trek Online News. This is the 2017 Winter Event Edition of Star Trek Online News. That's right, it's time for the 2017 Winter Event. It's here, it's launched, and let's check out all the news on it before we jump in the game and check it out. So that's the flow of things here. This video is all about the news of it. And then the next video is me going into the game and showing you what it's all about and what you can do and all the rewards and goodies. So this is the main Star Trek Online webpage, of course. And as you can see here, we've got a lot of news that has come up related to the winter event. And here's the new Tier 6 Breen starship we are all looking forward to. So let's hit up the news, starting with Q's Winter Wonderland. Face the Kramp'lhri. That's an interesting looking thing there. Wow, okay. Come celebrate your winter holiday with Q in his magical wonderland. For the first time, the same winter event will be launching on the same day on all three platforms. From December 7th at 8 a.m. to January 18th at 10 a.m., return to Q's Winter Wonderland. This year, the almighty Q drew inspiration from ancient Earth folklore originating from a continent called Europe. In said folklore, a half-goat, half-demon figure would punish the naughty. He carried a bundle of birch branches to swat children with, as well as a sack on his back, reserved for those especially deserving of severe punishment and torture. His counterpart, Saint Nicholas, would reward good children with sweets and presents, but this figure would give out coal. Naughty children whispered his name in fear, the Kramp'lhri. That was a good start for Q, but the legend needed to be a little more dangerous. It had to scare children throughout the galaxy, not just Earth. After some consideration, he created the perfect holiday terror, a fusion of the Krampus and the demons of the Klingon Empire. He created the Kramp'lhri. I'm guessing that's like the Fek'lhri plus Krampus. Very interesting. The Kramp'lhri can appear randomly throughout Q's Winter Wonderland. A fangirl, the Kramp'lhri Watcher, lurks in the pavilion and tracks his movements. She will announce when the object of her idolization is near. Eager to see mortals pit themselves against the Dark Master, she can happily teleport you into the Kramp'lhri's projected path. Once the Kramp'lhri arrives with his loyal minions, stay out of the range of his switch. If you anger him, he'll try to kidnap you as well. Despite the risk, you must fight him, for as he weakens, he'll lose hold on the presents he's stolen. Open those for a chance to find ornaments or free kidnapped gingerbread folks. Just when you think you've defeated the Kramp'lhri, he'll turn into a cloud of coal and smoke and try to run to another spot in the Winter Wonderland. Follow him. Don't let up on your attacks. The more times you can defeat him in the few minutes he's active, the better your rewards will be. Perhaps you can even tame him and get him as a pet. Are you ready to face Q's newest challenge? Will you survive long enough to free kidnapped gingerbread folks? And who will be the true master of the Black Nanopulse Maglev? Are you ready to take on the Kramp'lhri? So there you go. That's the new thing this year. So it's very interesting, the dynamics of how this one works. It appears that he will appear randomly anywhere in the Wonderland. The announcer lets you know. It teleports you in its path, but you still have to find it and fight it. Then it will disappear and go somewhere else, but if you follow it and don't give up, you have a chance for even better rewards, apparently. So it's an interesting mechanic on how they have this one. I look forward to seeing how it's implemented and what it's all about, how it works. I see that this is also taking place on that big ice arena area they have. I wonder if that other one from last year will still be here. Remember where you had to do the ice fishing with the Klingon? You got the glove, you smashed it, you took the fish, you put it in a pot. I wonder if that's going to be in this year as well, or if they removed that and replaced it with this one. I'll have to go into the game and find out, because it doesn't mention if that one's in the game or not. But anyway, we've got a new one, and I look forward to trying this out in game, seeing how that works. That should be very interesting. We also have some new Stowe-themed recipes in the game. Now, I've never really done the recipe stuff. Now, there might be people that are interested in that and do that, so I don't know what it actually rewards. Is it just buffs? Perhaps. They would probably just be temporary. I'm not real interested in this stuff, but if you are, they've got low-fat eggnog, and they've got, you know, a whole recipe and directions here on how to do it. Next year's fruit cake. I'm not going to go read over all this. It's real long. Glazed targ. For Frenching a rack of targ. So yeah, I don't know how all that works. I don't know what it does for you, but that's stuff you can do if you're interested in that. Me personally, not my cup of tea, not something I'm going to actually do in the game, but there you go. You can have fun with that if you enjoy it. All right, next up, what we all want to know about the winter rewards. What are we going to get for this thing? It's that time again for Q to open the doors to the most magnificent winter wonderland that has ever existed. Per tradition, the residents of Q's universe have built new and wonderful prizes for captains to earn by participating in their annual festivities. Many new trinkets, costumes, and other prizes are being added to the winter event store. Once the store is unlocked, players may use the same ornaments from prior years as currency to trade for all the new prizes. So that's something to keep in mind as you play this every year. Keep your ornaments because they can be used the next year for the prizes for that year. So you can add them up and add them up and add them up and be able to purchase more things each winter. And we've got some pictures of the new costumes here. I'm not sure what that is. Now this I recognize. This is the winter coat, but we've got like an orange and a blue version. This looks familiar to me, but I can't place where I've seen it. Like several years prior, snow continues to be cold, and the sky is blue. Winter jackets have been proven time and time again as the best way to stay warm, and 2 hot new fashions are now available for purchase. Plus, for those of you who want to ski in the newest holodeck simulations, this winter skiing outfit is for you. So is that what it is, a winter skiing outfit? Maybe I have seen that, like in a holodeck. But interesting, it mentions something about if you want to ski in the newest holodeck simulations. Is there going to be a holodeck simulation in the game where we can ski? A skiing simulation would be excellent. Wow, I want that now. If that's not in the game, I'm actually going to be disappointed. I want a skiing simulation. I mean, they got everything else. You run on ice and all this stuff. All they have to do is, you know, you hop on a thing going downhill, and skis are on your feet automatically, and you ski, and you have to, like, you know, go back and forth and try to stay within the lines and not go too far and ski off the edge. Or I don't know how. I mean, they could do that though. I mean, the mechanics are there. Wow, they should totally do a skiing thing now. I want that. Hostile creatures within the Winter Wonderland will tremble at the sight of your new black nanopulse mek'leth. Just as soon as you buy it, be sure to pick one up from the holiday vendor. So there you go. That's the special reward there, a holiday mek'leth. If you find your tastes are more squarely centered on launching air-propelled foam darts from a gun, then the unrestricted aggression is the weapon for you. Minor modifications have been made to an original Earthling concept, resulting in the removal of a bothersome restrictor plate that was decreasing the velocity of the foam darts for some unfathomable reason. So basically, Nerf darts, but more powerful. Have you ever wanted to freeze your enemy in a block of ice with just a wrathful glare? With the help of some very cooperative Breen scientists and engineers, now you can. Just equip your new Universal Cryo Visor kit module and get to glaring. This kit module is only usable outside of the Winter Wonderland, so this is a usable kit module for combat in the normal part of the game. And it looks like it freezes your enemy in a block of ice and it shoots out of your eyeballs. Now that I want. That I absolutely want. And here's what we've all been waiting for. What's the ship going to be? Well, it looks like this is the ship. Expect a blog soon on the terrifying Breen Plesh Trawl Heavy Raider Tier 6. The Low by Crystal Consortium's top engineers have been hard at work taking this vessel and giving it a complete overhaul to make it ready for captains to fly. A dev blog containing full stats and descriptions will be published separately, which is actually published now. This year, players will claim the wonderful new starship by collecting Winter Prize vouchers, and using them to complete the new event reputation project. Winter Prize vouchers are available from completing the fastest race on ice while the event is running, or from visiting the Low by Crystal store and purchasing it with Low by Ice. Fleets can also take part in the festivities by completing a new fleet project. Once completed, their starbase can proudly display the 2017 Breen ship ornament, featuring the Breen Plush Trawl Heavy Raider. So that's what we're getting. Oh, what the heck is that? Don't forget to pick up your own pet Kramp'lhri. You're practically guaranteed to enjoy having it even once Q has departed. So a pet Kramp'lhri. Let's hope it's a combat pet, because that would be awesome. So that's the rewards, and naturally we'll go into the game and take a look at it more in depth. There might be more things there we aren't aware of. And here is all the stats on the Breen ship. So let's look over this right now. During the upcoming 2007 winter event, players participating in the festivities available at Q's Winter Wonderland can earn winter prize vouchers by running the fastest game on ice once per day. Earning a total of 1,000 vouchers will allow players to complete an event reputation project that rewards a Breen Plush Trawl Heavy Raider. Once the starship is obtained by any character on your account, any characters on this account can claim the Breen Plush Trawl Heavy Raider from the account claim tab, blah, blah, blah. We are also excited to announce that unlike previous seasonal events, this starship will be available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation at the same time. The Breen Plush Trawl Heavy Raider is an updated design of the fearsome and maneuverable Plush Breck, which was most commonly seen during the Breen invasion of Deferris space. Like its precursor, the Plush Trawl is sturdier and faster than similar ships within the Raider class of starships. However, unlike Klingon Raiders, it does not have the ability to cloak. The Tier 6 starship features a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Pilot Bridge Officer seat. So there we go, it's got a Pilot Bridge Officer seat. Upon reaching level 5 in your Breen Plush Trawl Heavy Raider Tier 6, you will unlock the Cold-Hearted Starship trait. With this trait active, activating auxiliary power to emergency battery or any pilot bridge officer ability will cause your energy weapons to afflict foes with a debuff, which slows, power drains, and reduces damage resistance. This effect stacks multiple times on each foe. So I know from my style of playthrough, I will probably benefit from using a lot of pilot bridge officer abilities so that I can activate the trait. Because personally, I do not use emergency batteries. There might be some people out there that do use a lot of emergency power to battery, but I don't. So pilot, I'm going to have to go with pilot bridge officer abilities to activate the trait. Here's the stats on here. Level 45, what you need to be. Looks like the whole strength is 39,600 at level 60, so it is a raider, so it's not going to have a high hull strength, so it can be a bit glassy. Keep that in mind. Shield modifier 0.88. 4 forward weapons, 2 aft. We've got 1 Commander Tactical, 1 Ensign Universal, 1 Lieutenant Universal, 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal, 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal Pilot. Well, holy crap with the Universal slots. That is incredible. So with the Commander Tactical, you're going to be able to use a Tier 3 tactical ability, no problem. And then everything else is universal. You could go heavy on tactical, you could go heavy on engineering, you could go heavy on science, and it's all up to you. And you've got a pilot seating as well. Now that is really cool because, as I mentioned, you know, this is a raider and it could be very glassy, like a glass cannon. So you could go heavy on engineering to buff it up structurally to make it more robust. Or you could go the opposite direction and really tank it out on tactical powers to be very offensive. And of course you won't be able to take shots a lot, but you will be able to deal them out and do a lot of power. So wow, you could really design this ship just any way you want. I mean, with everything being a universal slot except that original tactical one. I mean, freedom galore on this thing. That is incredible right there. That I find that seating to be very incredible. Just all universal slots. Why not? 5 tactical console modifications, 3 engineering and 3 science. So it's pretty balanced on engineering and science on the consoles, but then of course 5 tactical because it does lean toward tactical abilities and damage, energy weapon damage. Base turn rate 19 degrees per second, turns good. Can equip dual cannons, of course. Plus 15 to weapon power, plus 5 to engine. It has improved raider flanking. It's a raider, so we're going to get raider flanking, but this one has improved raider flanking. Plus 33% bonus damage when striking the target's rear flank. And it's got the Raider Mastery Package. So that's Precise Weapons, which is accuracy, Tactical Maneuvering, which is defense, Enhanced Weapon System, which is all weapon damage, Enhanced Weapon Banks, which is critical severity, and then the Cold-Hearted Starship trait. Of course, it has an Admiralty ship with it as well. Here's the console we're going to be getting. It's called the Enhanced Breen Sensor Disruption Field. The Breen Plesh Trawl comes equipped with an Enhanced Breen Sensor Disruptor Field console. This powerful device disrupts the targeting sensors of nearby enemy craft, causing them to be unable to target the raider. Affected enemies are also more susceptible to attacks from you and your allies. This console can be equipped on any Breen starship and may be equipped in any console slot. So that takes a little bit of the heat off of you because, like I said, it's a glass cannon, blah, blah, blah. So if you can take some heat off of you, basically it's like adding a whole bunch of defense. They can't target you, then you're going to be able to get in and shoot and kill faster and get out. And so that is very, very important. So that console ability fits right in with what kind of ship this is, a raider. This console also provides a passive boost to Polaron energy weapon damage and control expertise. So there you go. If you want to benefit the most from energy weapon damage on this ship, you want a Polaron build. Because think of it this way, right? You can have 5 Polaron energy tactical consoles that buff that in your tactical slot, and then you have this extra console here in any slot, which is also boosting Polaron energy weapon damage, and that's like having 6 total tactical slots instead of 5. If you were to, say, use a different energy type like anti-proton, you would have your tactical 5 tactical slots filled out with anti-proton, and then you'd have this one boosting Polaron damage, not benefiting anybody. So you definitely want to go with a Polaron build to get the most energy weapon damage out of this ship. It's a must. And so I will definitely be trying to get this ship as well, and I will make a Polaron build on this ship. This console mod can be equipped on any Breen starship, blah, blah, blah. Can't be used on the Tier 5 version of this ship. Interesting. And then you got the Cold-Hearted Starship trait. So that's very interesting there with what we're getting. A Breen ship. We kind of expected that. That's the theme they do every winter. It makes sense. Here's the PC patch notes that just came out. This is on 12.7. Q has returned to begin the year's winter event. Basically, this just shows the announcement and launch of the winter event. Fight the Kramp'lhri as he terrorizes winter event. Celebrators throughout the zone. Celebrators. Go to the winter vendor and check out the items. Of course, we'll do that. There's some fixes. I'm not going to go over all these fixes and all this stuff right here. You can check out the release notes if you want. This is basically just to show that the winter event has launched as of 12/7. So the big thing here is going to be trying to get the Breen ship. Obviously, it takes 1,000 vouchers. You have to do the ice run thing to get that. I don't know how many vouchers you get on each ice run, but I will go into the game and we will find out in the next video. And then from that is determined how many days it will take you to get the ship. Now, you cannot use last year's vouchers. They label them each year with a new year number. This year is 2017 winter vouchers. So you have to use this year's vouchers. So, yeah, we'll have to go into the game and see how many days it's actually going to take you to get it. Because this runs from December 7th until January 18th. So that's all you have to do this between is December 7th and January 18th. Now, that's important because obviously we're coming up on Christmas and New Year's here. Everybody, goes home or takes off for Christmas and New Year's, does other things, may not be playing Star Trek Online during that time, and therefore you may miss some days trying to get those vouchers. Of course, you only need to log in once per day to do the run on ice, and you need to succeed in it. If you fail it, you don't get the vouchers, so you need to actually win it. Then you get the vouchers, but you only need to do it once a day. And what's going to be real important is we need to find out how many days it's actually going to take to do it, and then you can make a schedule for yourself and figure out what days you want to play it to do that. But you only have until January 18th. Me personally, I would run the event a little longer. I would do it from like December 1st to the last day of January. That would be full 2 months, and that's right at the heart of winter. That's how I would do it, but they're doing it this way, of course. So those are the only days you have. But that's the gist of it right there. That's what we've got this year. The Kramp'lhri to fight, and the Breen ship to get. Now I do wonder if they're going to have that the previous event from last year where you had to smash the ice with the Klingons and capture fish and put them in a bowl. I wonder if that event is still in the game or if they replaced it with this Kramp'lhri. I don't know. We're going to have to go into the game and find out. But I look forward to finding all that out, of course. So the way that this is going to work is I'm going to make another video which is going to introduce the winter event. We're going to go into the winter event and look at what rewards are available. And we're going to go around to see where all the events start, so you know the places where the events are in the event and how to get to them and start them. And that will just be like an introductory video to the Winter Wonderland and what you're going to be able to get from it. And then I'll make a third and final video, where I will play the events, and especially the Kramp'lhri here, and we will see what it's all about. I will pay more attention to the Kramp'lhri than anything, because none of the other events throughout all the years have really changed. And every winter I have played those events, so I'm basically just repeating myself, playing those events every year and making videos about it. But I will do at least one run of each event and record it. But you can go back and watch my other winter event videos last year and the year before and the year before and the year before, and see me play those same events as well. But obviously I'll put more focus on the Kramp'lhri, since that's the new thing this year. And that's pretty much going to be our look at the winter event. That's all there is to do, really, is to do those things, grind for the vouchers every day to get the ship, and then play the Kramp'lhri here. And that's going to be pretty much it. So, well, I will just say that I will see you all in game. Have a very Merry Christmas, and stay tuned for the next one.